Hey, all, welcome to Makers Monday. I have to admit, Trent and I had a wild weekend. We've been super busy.
I'm tired.
All kinds of stuff going on. Our voices are a little crumbly. We were at Glens Creek 10-year anniversary party. We were there last night. We had a wonderful time at Barrel House Distilling yesterday morning, and a barrel pick there.
Yep.
Picked a fantastic. What was your notes, Trenton? Give it to
Butterscotch cheesecake. Hey, listen, they do
cheesecake butterscotch from Trenton on the tasting notes for this barrel pick.
They do 3 picks a year, and we were very fortunate enough to get one of them for a Patreon for our SLB program. So thank you to those folks.
Yeah.
While we were there, we met up with our good friend Jeff, and he was at Maker's Mark, and he was able to snag us one of these Star Hill Farms, because Indiana probably wouldn't see these for another couple months.
Very fortunate to have this right now.
First one for Maker's Mark, I think, that doesn't have a wax on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I believe all their products have always had some kind of wax on it.
Unfortunately, Trent, you're going to have to tell me a little bit about this, because all I've had time to do is just kind of take a look at the label real quick. I don't know a whole lot about it. I did see it's American wheat whiskey.
So
it's not a bourbon. I did see that. I did see the proof point was very nice on this one.
114.7.
Yeah, and that's about all I could read because I forgot to bring my glasses down.
51% soft red winter wheat. Sounds a little bit like the Ben Holiday situation.
All right.
We also have 27% malted soft red winter wheat and 22% malted barley. That sounds fantastic.
That sounds wonderful.
Just about 49% of this is malted, which sounds fantastic. Grains harvested, distilled, and barreled in fall 2016 and fall 2017. So this is clearly a blend. 7 year?
Wow.
Blend of 7 and 8 year products. If I can do math right.
Yeah.
What year is it?
Wonderful. 2025.
2020. 7, 8 year, just about. I don't know. Nice. It's quick math. We had a long weekend.
Yeah, I love it.
This is about $100.
Oh, it is. Okay.
About $100 at the distillery.
So a little bit more elevated in price than some of their, like the Keeper release that we reviewed. Not a lot, 60, but a little bit.
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm excited.
Everything you just said just speaks to me.
Also, thanks to all of you guys who were really wishing me the best on Friday's video. I did make it. You know, I am alive and well. So
you barely made it.
I figured what better way to kind of schmooze a little bit than to start off Monday with the Makers, which I know he likes. So
and trust me, all you out there that I saw this weekend had my back, giving Trenton the business.
That's true. I did hear it from a couple of you folks at Glens Creek. So thank you.
All right, down to business here, buddy. Yeah, just wash me in this. I mean, this has got Rickhouse vibes to me. It's very soft and luxurious. That whole Rickhouse aroma just envelopes me when I'm smelling this right off the bat.
This has such a bright red fruit note in it. It's unbelievable. It's like elegant. It's soft. It's like...
You're right.
How did you describe Jack 14? Sensual? This has a bit of a sensual vibe going on to it.
I've heard about that a few times after the fact.
I'm bringing it back up, man.
Thanks for that. Putting everybody's mind again. It is. It's extremely elegant. I do like that red fruit trend. At first whiff, I was just taken in by all those Rickhouse notes that I was getting.
A little caramely or some kind of like a sweet. It's reminding me of like some kind of a sauce, like that you put on an ice cream or something.
It's definitely there's some sweetness coming through there, but boy, that Rickhouse and the red fruit notes I think are the best for me when it comes to the aromas.
It's a simple nose, but like really nice and elevated.
Yeah.
What I'll say, I don't get any malt at all influence on the nose.
You know what? With all those malted grains, and especially that's pretty high level of the malted barley in there.
Huge.
What was it, 22%?
22%, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm not gathering that on the aromas. All right.
I'm just gonna say this now, since they're stepping out a little bit from their core profile, into just like into bourbon. I'm really hoping to see one of these with a green sticker over it, meaning a rye whiskey. So Makers, if you ever want to collaborate on a rye whiskey,
you know who to call.
Give me a call. All right.
I can't wait, bud. I gotta get in it.
What did I just taste? It's still going. I swallowed a couple seconds ago.
I didn't want to. I just kept walling around in there because, boy, wow. To me, everything we spoke about on the aromas is coming through. It's rich. It's not dark.
No, it's not dark.
It's not dark. But it's rich in all those tones. I'm still having issue picking up malted notes.
I really don't pick up much.
Wild.
Malted.
That is so wild to me.
For that amount.
Read that again. How much was the wheat? The malted wheat?
27% malted soft red winter wheat and 22% malted barley.
Wow. Incredible.
I don't get any malt in there. I kind of wish that I did.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
You and I do.
Yeah.
And there's other folks out there might have that same similar type palate. But I'm sure there are others right now that are going, well, thanks, because I'm not really a big fan of that. So it could work both ways.
I would have loved to taste. One thing that I think would be really cool for this, and I'm just kind of spitballing here, is if they did like a set of like 200 mils of each one of these mash bills. Because I'm so curious on how this 22% malted barley mash bill was, kind of on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this was a blend.
Yeah, I got you.
But like, I don't get any malt. Mm-hmm. I think it really softens it.
Yeah.
But I don't get any malt.
No, I don't either, per se. I actually think, Trent, this rivals... They're cellar aged. Rivals. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not stepping out there to say it's good as, or better than, because to me, Fred Minnick was right when he said, "Give me some of that really old aged Maker's Mark," and that was miraculous.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah, the cellar aged stuff.
Sounded like he was harping on them for a while to do that.
He probably was, and I'm not going to say that this is as good as. Some folks might think so. But for me, it's not. Well, but it is. It is stepping towards that. It really is.
I think a good way to kind of look at it is if you're looking at like their cellar age stuff, which is I think across the years 12, 13, 14 year blend, not all together, but that has like a really robust, deep profile. This has like a really wispy profile. It's very light and elegant. It's very good. This is a wheat whiskey. Don't buy this expecting it to be like this robust, hearty, meaty type of a pour, because it's not.
Correct.
This does the wheat tremendous justice.
It's a luxurious pour, in my opinion. Yeah. It's two different animals. I guess what I'm trying to say is it is knocking on the door as being as good as cellar aged. For me, anyways. Just another stellar release for Maker's Mark. I mean, they're just marching on.
I would have to try it again. I think the first cellar aged was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Second cellar aged was also good. Mm-hmm. I would be curious to try these side by side with each other, because while they are different, I think this is fantastic.
Agreed.
I would
agree.
I'm having this right now, obviously, but I would almost rather have this than the last cellar aged. I'll say that much. Almost. I'd have to try them side by side because, again, this is wheated. It's very light, but it does it really nicely.
It's beautiful.
Silky.
Very. It's a beautiful sip. It really is. It's incredibly well done.
This also doesn't drink 115 proof.
No.
This is 114.7.
This is the first sip of the day. Usually when you all see me on camera here, right? On that first sip of the day, I'm kind of, getting adjusted, getting acclimated to what we're doing here. I didn't need any of that time.
To me, dude, this drink's like 100 to 105.
Yeah, I'm with you on it.
Super nice.
I am.
What do you think about the price point?
I think it's well worth it.
I agree.
Now, do I think it's a steal of a century? Maybe, maybe not. But I think it's a fantastic buy where it's priced.
I agree.
For the drinking experience. And I know some folks out there have their certain budgetary restraints, regardless of how much money you have or not. That's not the point. Some of you have your budgetary restraints. I will not spend over this much, for a bottle.
I love that.
I support that. You do what you have to do on those levels. For me, it's well worth that $100 mark.
I'm going to pound on Harry to get one.
I was a little concerned because it is slightly elevated from some of their normal,
for sure,
releases that they've had here lately with this, not the cellar age. We're not including that. I'm just talking about the keepers and some of those we had last year and a half. But no more concern on that level, man. I think this
is delightful.
A great bottle.
Really good.
Really. Thank you, Jeff, for helping us get this.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Man,
yeah.
Trenton's not lying. We wouldn't see this for a month or so, probably. So
I want to do a comparison against this versus like the Ben Holiday soft red wheat. And if there's any other like soft red wheat variations, please let us know in the comments. I would love to kind of do a side by side.
Let's do that.
I haven't had that one in a while, but from what I remember, the Ben Holiday was also very good. I think this is going to give it a run for its money.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But I don't want to claim which one's going to do better now because I have. Oh my! Who is texting me?
Please don't say.
Good Lord.
Yeah, let's do that, Trenton. I mean, folks, please help us out with that in the comments. I'd love to have a set of 3 or 4 different bottles of really nice, luxurious wheat type bourbons and our whiskeys that we can average it against. I think that's a great idea.
I think the Ben Holiday is also like $65-$70.
Okay,
for what
money
it is.
Savings too.
Yeah. But it's not a whiskey. It's not a wheat whiskey.
No, I know. I understand that.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
I'd love to.
This is really good.
Yeah.
I would 100%. I'd recommend this. I'd buy this again all day, every day at $100.
Yeah. Well, doggone, this is a great start to the week on Monday. I'll promise you that.
Really cool to see makers going outside their normal kind of a profile of things. I think this is kind of what maybe some other people have kind of been waiting for makers to kind of step outside their comfort zone a little bit and do something like this. I hope Four Roses is next. I think Four Roses needs to step outside their box a little bit. Hopefully they follow suit.
We're going to be on a barrel pick trip.
Yes, we are.
In the near distant future, Four Roses. And I'll bet you, I'll report back. But I kind of think Trenton might say something about rye whiskey to them.
I'm going to, because they made... I have been searching high and low. Four Roses made a rye in like the 40s.
Wow, okay.
I've been trying to find one, and there was one that went up for auction a couple years ago, and it just stupidly priced. So if you know a grandma, a grandpa, somebody who used to work at Four Roses who has one in their basement, I would love to make an offer on that because I've been looking high and low for a Four Roses rye for a while. I'm going to try and convince them to do a rye when we're there. Might get kicked out.
He will.
But we'll see.
No, you'll be polite about it.
Past that, I think this is definitely going to be in the discussion for one of the best whiskeys of the year.
Oh yeah, without question.
This is amazing. Fantastic.
Now this is limited.
It is limited. It says
I would have to assume. Again, I don't know much about it, so I've been super busy this week, and we just picked this up from our friend Jeff. So I would have to assume it's somewhat limited.
Yeah.
So it would have to be in the category of a limited release or special release.
Yeah.
But I still think it has to be in the discussion, and I'd be very surprised if it doesn't land somewhere in the top 5.
Jeff picked these up at the distillery. I don't know if they're still available at the distillery, but if you're in the I don't know where Maker's Mark is, Lexington, Frankfurt area.
If you're down on the Bourbon Trail somewhere.
Hit this up, see if you can snag one. It's very well worth it.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. Thanks so much for watching. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time right down here with Trent and me in the good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.